Hey everybody, this is Justin's belly and crotch back with an engineer's perspective. And today I'll be sharpening a Maxamet, but I was going to kind of roll in a demonstration of kind of like, will it cut Maxamet? So I've got two stones here, and it's not dull. I was just going to kind of crisp it up a little bit before we go on a little trip, visit the in-laws here this weekend. So I've got a Nanohone 15 micron, which is their 1000 grit. I feel like I can never see anything on this phone. 15 micron or their 1000 grit ceramic stone here. So I don't know what the binder is in here. It's some sort of ceramic. It is fairly hard, but I wouldn't say it's a hard stone. It's harder than most soaking stones, but it's softer than like the Shapton glass. Definitely softer than Shapton Pros. And it actually likes to soak a little bit, maybe for 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, I'd say. But it's an aluminum oxide, alumina grit in here, the actual abrasive. And then over here, we've got the King Neo stone, which has silicon carbide, so sick abrasive in this guy. This is also a Splash and Go stone. And I don't know what the binder is in this. This is much softer than this stone is, though. So I'm just going to see if this Nanohone will cut Maxamet. I think it probably will. But I'm not going to finish it on this. I just want to see if it'll do it and let you guys see. It's nice and white, so it's easy to tell. Oh my gosh. It doesn't feel like it's doing anything. It's a fairly slow cutting stone already, but it doesn't even feel like it's gripping into the steel at all. The steel is just sliding right over it. It's kind of hilarious feeling. However, can you see the black? So it is abrading it. This 67 to 69 Rockwell, very high carbide content steel. So it will abrade it really slowly. I would sincerely guess it would take you 30 to 40 minutes on this 1000 grit stone to sharpen that guy. So I was tempted to try to raise a burr on that, but I don't even know if I'm planning on really raising much of a burr at all. We're not even gonna do that. Okay. All right, on to the King Neo. So still feels like it's not really digging in. Granted, this is an 800 grit stone versus 1000, so that's a pretty big difference there. Doesn't really feel like it's digging in super deep, but definitely more. I do have a burr raised. I'm gonna go. I wish I would turn down the overhead light. I'm gonna do that for you, so I can see my edge here. Doesn't look super consistent, but this is Maxamet, so if I kind of think I'm raising a burr on one side, I'm gonna go to the other. Really minimizing burr size is good on Maxamet. It's best to kind of sneak up on that apex if at all possible. I'm shooting for roughly, I don't know, 15 to 17 degrees per side. So I believe I've raised a burr on that side. I'm just checking the consistency. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna flip this burr a couple times. This King Neo, both the Neo and the Nanohone take a little bit to get going. I just soak the Nanohone because it takes so long, but the King is pretty thirsty right away, but it settles down before too terribly long. I'm doing very light pressure, just trying to feel what that burr is doing. Keeping the same pressure with each direction of the stroke. So definitely flipped it back. So now I'm just gonna do some finishing, evening up strokes here. So back to my sharpening video. Number one, I formed the burr. So I did that. Now I'm refining it. Refining the burr with light pressure here. And these long, even strokes here. Get some more water going. Still refining, just matching that angle. Light pressure, trying to even out that finish. Don't feel like I'm quite hitting it just right on this side here. There we go. Make sure we got it over here. Yep, I think we got it. Okay. So now I've reduced it a little bit by doing very light pressure and doing those evening type strokes and just really focusing on not making it bigger as I'm flipping it. And now we're gonna actively reduce it. And basically, it's gonna look like these kind of strokes, but let's say we do 5 from the get-go. Make sure you flip the burr. Very light pressure. Really try to make sure you're hitting that angle. I think that was roughly 5. Make sure you flipped it. Now let's do 3-ish. Two-ish. More in the push stroke than the pull. Really just trying to reduce that burr down. I'm surprised how much this burr is actually holding on right now. Maxamet tends not to like to hold on to the burr in my experience. And now still reducing the burr with some stropping strokes. Making sure once again that I'm flipping it so I know I'm actually hitting that apex. A little more water. I like to practice keeping it in my right hand, but I'm much better ambidextrous, so sometimes it's just faster to keep it in your right hand, and then you don't get the water and slurry on your handle. If you keep it in one hand, so I'm feeling for the burr. It's hard to do. So it's a little bit there, but it very aggressively and easily grabs my fingernail. See if you can see me shave some hand hair. So easily shaving hand hair. That's the best thing about Maxamet, is it just doesn't want to hold on to that burr. It gets sweet really easy. So easily slicing this damp paper towel here. Okay. So we refined it, we reduced it. Now I'm gonna remove it all the way. Just drying up here. Make sure the blade is dry. Gotta wipe it on my pants here. Got a leather strop with 1 micron diamond emulsion on it. Very light pressure, especially because this is leather. The emulsion is gunny juice. Very light pressure here. Really trying to make sure I'm hitting the apex. Tip to heel, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5. Shooting for 10 per side. No real reason. The more stropping strokes you do, the more likely it is you'll screw it up. So like if you could do it in one, just one and one, that would be ideal. But I know for a fact I cannot do that. So and like I said, this knife was not dull by any stretch of the imagination. It didn't have microchips in it or anything. So normally you would want to go to a coarse stone, like a coarse DMT or something. I have not had good luck doing what I'm doing right now, because I find when I get to this stage that I didn't apex the edge as well as I thought I did. Oh my word, guys. Oh, that is insane. Oh, that is so bitey. Oh my word. Oh, it feels amazing. Ooh, that just grabs into the fingernail. Just pops the hair. Let me see if I can find a hair and whittle it. Give me a second. I haven't personally had good luck with whittling hairs with Maxamet. I have very good luck with 10V and K390, but not Maxamet. For whatever reason, I don't think this is gonna go well. This is a very thin hair. I'm just gonna strop this on my jeans a few times as like a last edge cleanup. I don't think it'll catch it. I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing. Because it feels more like it's well apexed and refined, but very aggressive. It doesn't feel hair whittly. Nah, I'm not gonna get it to go. Oh, I got it. I think I did. Well, it certainly felt like it. Oh, I guess not. There's a spot that it was catching, so I'm not gonna waste. I did get it to whittle, but not, where's the camera? But not very well. I'm trying to cover it up with my fingernail. Well, crap. It just barely caught it, but it did. I didn't think it would. So there you go. I wasted an extra minute of the video, but it's a very aggressive, awesome edge. That Maxamet takes not nearly. I do prefer 10V K390, but I do really like the way Maxamet deburrs. That's the one thing I prefer, is that whereas K390 and 10V are a little bit stubborn with that like micro burr, whereas Maxamet is not. But the resulting edge, I tend to prefer the 10V and K390. So that's all I've got. Thank you for watching and have a good one. Bye.